everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for Pisces for the week of November 1st to the 7th. Okay, so let's get started for Pisces and see what are the major themes for Pisces as they move through their week. Strength, withdraw, and patience. Okay, Pisces. Strength, withdraw, and patience. Very green cards. Very much a time where I feel like your emotions are the challenge right now. So you're being guided to withdraw from the external world, withdraw from others to regain your strength, and to do so in a manner that's patient. So really being kind to yourself and really allowing the space and time to just be. You know, there's no need to judge yourself here, just to be patient and to really understand your strength. I love this card because it really shows the root system underneath this this tree, where, you know, it really shows that we get our strength, our true strength comes from our connection to the earth, to one another, to the universe. Our divine connection is what gives us our strength here on earth. And I feel like maybe you need some time, or you're being guided to take some time alone to reflect on that and to be patient with anything that is causing you to feel like you have to determine the timeline here. We don't always get to determine the timeline. Sometimes we just have to be patient and observe without evaluation. Observe without evaluating. Because if you're feeling impatient, you've evaluated the scenario and you've decided that it's taking too much time. So that brings out a feeling of impatience. So I'm wondering here for you, Pisces, are emotions sort of creating an environment where you're finding that you're just not able to tap into your strength, or you're feeling impatient with a scenario, and maybe you need to withdraw away from it and allow it to just take the time. Sometimes being vulnerable to things that we find a lack of patience, that's a huge strength, of being able to sort of sit in that space. And I think that's why you're being guided to withdraw. Okay, so what will support Pisces here? Interesting. Money, body, and gratitude. Okay, very interesting messages here for you. Let's start with money. Let's see this money message. All my finances are now in divine order. Love itself knows my needs, and it's the source for all. I needn't cling to gain or fear loss. Every need will be met through offering all to the divine. Okay, well, I feel like that's where patience fits in here for you. Interesting, very green cards. Yeah, you might be worrying about money. You might be finding yourself impatient with how things are unfolding around you when it comes to physical security, money, financial grounding, feeling this idea that it's interesting because you also received gratitude, which goes hand in hand with this idea that, the idea of needing to cling to things or fearing loss it's coming from the mindset of lack, the lack mentality. Whereas when we come to things from a more grateful standpoint, an abundant mentality as opposed to a lack mentality, we find that things seem to draw strength, right, towards us, and healing energy. So you might need to be a little bit patient with the way things are moving around a project with respect to the money, the finances, the backing of something that you're wanting to invest in. Maybe you need to be patient with that. I feel like if you're rushing or clinging or fearing when it comes to money, instead of sort of just being patient and trusting that as you offer everything up to spirit, you will always be offered what you require, and then more, depending on your mindset. Really, it is, money is a mindset. And I feel like the mindset here that you're being guided towards is more of a grateful mindset. So an abundant mentality as opposed to a lack mentality. So just find one thing that you feel grateful for right now and let that gratitude pour through your body. It's a healing balm, like the warmth of the sun. Very interesting. And I feel like that's where you're going to find your strength. That's where you're going to find your strength, in being grateful for something or an aspect or life. I mean, you know, the mindful and gratitude mindset really is like, you know, the first thing in the morning when you open your eyes. That's a moment of gratitude, in the sense that you made it. You know, you're still here. And having the mindset of abundance, you will find gratitude in everything. You will be grateful for every breath you take. You will be grateful for every experience that you encounter. It's a different mindset. The mind is set differently. You know, if you think about those words literally, it's like you've set the timer, or you've set the clock, or you've set whatever mechanism to a new setting. It's a new mindset. So you changed your mind about how you perceive everything. It's like you've put on different glasses. So every time you look through your eyes, you see something through a different perspective. And it's shifting from lack to gratitude. It's shifting from needing to cling to and control the manner in which money moves through your life, and doing so with fear, because once it's gone, that's one way. And then there's this other way of looking at things as being energy. So, you know, it's never going to be gone. There's always going to be strength in looking at things with a more grateful mindset. You tend to value things more too. I find when you're operating from a lack mentality, it doesn't matter how much money comes in, you spend it, because you're operating from a perspective where the value of that money is not in alignment with its energy. So you end up not being able to keep money. You might receive money, but you won't be able to keep it. I had an experience like that where I had a very high paying job at one time in my life, but I was very unhappy. And so I ended up being so broke that year that I worked in that position. And it was the most money I'd ever made in my life, but I found that I couldn't keep it. I couldn't keep that money. I couldn't get it to stay. And I think it had to do with my mindset more than the money itself, because the money was coming in great amounts. But it's interesting when you change your mindset, how much that actually impacts the energy of the money exchange. It's a very interesting dynamic. Now, the other card you received here was body. Show me, divine, how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. And I feel like that's with this withdraw card here, where it's like you need to sort of go into a state of removing yourself a little bit from from the external validation and from the external world, to sort of evaluate how you feel about your body, how you feel about money, and how you feel about your mindset. I feel like you, Pisces, are being directed to look at these things very carefully in this week of November, to really accept your body, to love it, and to also accept and love and be grateful for the flow of money in your life. I feel like these are important messages for you this week. It's interesting. Gratitude, body, and money. I mean, really, the way we look at money is a very good indication of how we see the world. If we see that money is something that comes in and we have no control, and it is something that will never be enough, or it's something that when it comes it's always gone, we can't hold on to it. If we have a miser sort of feeling about money, like we have to accumulate it and then hang on to it really tight, and if we spend it, it's gone forever. These perceptions about money actually also tell us a lot about how we see the whole world. And that if you're, again, coming at life from a lack mentality as opposed to an abundant mentality, that will also impact how you see your body. You might not be able to sort of love your body unconditionally if you're always creating conditions, right? If you're creating conditions and saying things have to be this way or no way, then those kind of conditions are very limiting to the body, to the mind, to money, to your mindset. I feel like that's the focus for you this month or this week, Pisces, is this idea of your mindset when it comes to things in the 3D world, right? Like money and your body. Can't get more 3D than that. You know, those are the most physical things that we encounter, is our body and all of its marvels, and money and the mystery behind how to be abundant and how to embody abundance, and not how to, like, sort of how to escape that idea of lack, you know? Okay, so what frequencies are going to come in here to assist Pisces? Sacral. Yeah, sacral, your feelings, your emotions, conception, and Gaia. Yeah, that connection to Mother Earth, like we saw in that strength card. Let's start with Gaia. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother, to the universe that birthed us all. So I feel like that is really coming in loud and clear here for the strength card. Seeing those roots in this card really made me think of our connection to the earth and to one another and to the energy that we sometimes believe we are separate from, which can create that idea of lack mentality, right? We are not separate from it. We are this energy. And understanding that connection and being grateful for it will create an immense amount of strength. You will be stronger than ever once you sort of feel yourself connecting to Gaia through those roots, and understanding that, you know, just as we are connected, we were birthed into this connection by the universe. We are not separate from it. It's interesting. I think the idea, that illusion of separation, is starting to end. And as that's ending, we need to sort of understand our connection to one another, I think. And it's this focused awareness and intention that we see in this conception card. So this frequency of conception invites us to bring consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite and potential possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. That really makes me think of this money card. This idea of how we see the world is very, again, it's very tied to how we perceive money. And the idea of bringing things back to its origin in the sense of the place where everything in creation begins, that anything is possible through that lens. Like we were saying, if you put on the lens, those glasses that help you see the world in a different way, you'll be able to manifest through your own focused awareness and intention. And that maybe there needs to be some patience there. This is all about a mindset. This idea of money and abundance and connection to source, and the idea of having infinite potential and possibilities, belief in infinite, the belief in the infinite, you know, the idea of believing in the infinite possibilities and that we can really be the key in manifesting through our focused intention, your intention. And so if your intention about money is that money comes and goes, and if I spend it, I'll never get it back, well, then what are you manifesting in your life? What kind of energy are you bringing in? Now, with the body and withdraw card, I feel very connected with this sacral chakra card. The sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. I mean, this is your I feel. This is how you feel. This is your connection to all the creativity all that creative power that you have to manifest this success and abundance. I really think that Pisces, sun, moon, and rising, you are being called to look at how you view the world. How do you view your body? How do you view money? How do you view anything? What is your mindset when it comes to life on earth? Do you feel separate from the energy that created this universe, or do you feel that you are part of that energy? These are the questions, and I feel like it's going to impact you on some very 3D ways. Your body and your money. Your body and your money are being impacted by your thoughts right now, which is very interesting. You need a gratitude attitude to get your body and money in a place that feels more aligned with your feelings. And I hesitated when I said that because I think they're already aligned with your feelings. It's the mindset that needs to shift, because the energies will always align, right? Like attracts like. So if I have views of lack when it comes to body and money, that is what I will attract. I will attract experiences with my body and money that confirm my feelings about my body and my money. So we need to change the feelings, the mindset. We need to work on our sacral chakra to look at where are things out of balance with feelings when it comes to the physical world. Very interesting. Now let's do a tarot spread to see. Ooh, the devil just popped out. That was kind of funny. So that tells me a lot. That says to me that we've got to look at ego versus spirit, right? Are you worrying about your body and money because of a need from your ego to have a certain body type or a certain amount of money in the bank so that you feel comfortable? Or are you just, like, to me, that says that you're not trusting spirit. You're not trusting that divine connection. You're not trusting in that conception frequency that you are a part of this. You're not separate from the universe. So the idea that you need to sort of create certain things on an exterior level, it's an illusion. It's an illusion. It all has to do with your mindset. That's the key. Anything you see on the physical level, it's an illusion. It's a reflection of what's going on the inner environment. So if you want to see changes that are, profound changes in the things in the physical world, like your body or money, you need to start on the inside. And I know that sounds cliched, but I'm going to leave that devil card out because I feel like that is the presenting challenge for you right now, is this idea of sort of going with ego versus going with spirit. And it's interesting because I feel like you're being given some time to develop a new idea, but you're not patient with it. You're not patient with conceiving this thing. You want it now. You want it yesterday. You know what I mean? And you need to take time to develop it. And I think that it's going to take time. It's going to take time to adjust your mindset, because that's going to have to be a real change, yeah. And that's the idea, is you need some balance here between what's motivating you and how you look at the world. I feel is a little bit of a challenge right now. It's creating a challenge for you in a very real way to create meaningful change in your life, your mindset. The mindset needs to be brought in, the emotion, the I feel statements, around your body and money. Think about the end of those sentences. When you say I feel, when you talk about your body, and when you say I feel, when you talk about money, what are you saying? What are you saying in those moments? That needs some attention. The idea of inner peace is on your mind. You want some inner reward. You want to be feeling a sense of inner peace with this Four of Wands. It's very top of mind for you. And again, that could be creating this lack of patience because you want it now. You want inner peace and inner reward and inner satisfaction right now. But you've got to change your mindset first. You can't keep wearing the glasses that say, I hate my body and I'm broke. I don't have money and I never will, and stuff like that. You can't say stuff like that to yourself and then be like, but I want these things. How do I manifest them? Well, you have to start with the mindset. You really have to start with what you believe and what you know to be true, right? There's that Page of Rods in reverse. And I feel like that's what's driving this reading, is that there's this part of you that is feeling a restlessness, but then doesn't have the patience to sort of allow the energy to readjust. Things have to readjust once you adjust your perceptions of the situation. And I feel like there's a lack of patience for that. And that really looking at your I feel statements, like what you're saying to yourself about how you feel, is going to be step one, and then really grounding into your sense of identity and security is going to help with the idea of being open to having a new mindset. You know what I mean? I feel like you need a refresher on all of your I statements, your I am, I see, I speak, I love, I can, I feel, I belong. I feel like Pisces needs to sort of go through all of those to come out of this changed. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're in the recent past, there was sort of a resistance to level up. I think that you're preferring your comfort zone more than anything. And you took things to heart. You started taking things to heart, and then you found yourself challenged and struggling against the external world. And then I think you internalized some of that. I think you took some of that and you changed your I am, your I feel, your I love, I belong. All of those statements changed because there was a struggle in the past, a recent struggle that left you feeling like you took a lot of wounds, you took them to heart. You took some words to heart. Like, it's like you got some feedback, maybe about your body, maybe about your money, and you took it to heart. And maybe that's where we need to go back and look at that to adjust the internalization. What happened here, Yeah, it made you feel like you would never have a content feeling inside. It's interesting. It's like you decided that you would never have this. And that's a powerful thing to state. That's a powerful acknowledgement to make, is that I will never have blah, blah, blah. It's very interesting because you're being guided to have the mindset that anything is possible. And I feel like right now you're thinking that things are impossible, that this is not possible. This is not going to happen for me. And it's like you keep saying that, and every time you say that, you're casting a spell, right? So that's why I feel like mindset and language are going to be really important for you here. Yeah. There's a part of you that just doesn't feel like the I feel. Yeah, your sacral chakra is blocked. It really is. Your ability to see yourself as a creator and as someone who is connected to creation is lacking here. We see the Empress in reverse. You got the Strength card with Gaia here, which says the same thing to me, is that your connection to creation itself is low, is blocked. It needs to be strengthened, right? There is a block here for you, my friend. Yeah, it's blocked. And it's blocked on an inner level. Like you've decided so. You have decidedly so. Like, I feel like it's coming from a place where there's a lack of confidence. There's a lack of belief in yourself. You know, it's interesting. Yeah, there's the Strength card in reverse as I say that. It's a lack of confidence. This is a lack of a belief in your ability to change things, specifically, it seems, Pisces, with money and your body. That's very interesting, very specific general messaging here for you. This is a general reading, so only take it if it resonates, because it's really getting specific here. It's an issue of confidence about, can I materially change things when it comes to body and money? And you're coming up with the answer, no, I cannot. It's interesting. I feel like there's a past wound here that gave you that perception, and you really took it to heart. You did. You internalized it, and it came from a struggle. The last time you sort of tried to speak your truth, speak your strength, maybe you didn't get support from the external world, and you ended up really internalizing that into something that now is embedded in your mindset, and it's needing to go. It's not serving you, and I feel like it's got to go. Yeah, really, the idea, Six of Wands here, that worrying and caring about what the external world thinks, really needing that external validation is a problem. That's creating some issues for you, because the external world might judge you based on your body and your money, right? And that's the last thing you need right now, because you're being asked to love your body and to love yourself and to feel the connection to the energy, the frequency that money has. It's energy. Money is energy like anything else. And so it responds to your energy. If you're sitting in a lack mindset, then money's going to be tricky. You're going to find it tricky. And I feel like this reliance on the external world for validation, it's like, just go for it, Pisces. Whatever it is that you're feeling you want to go for, yeah, just go for it. And you get the Eight of Wands. That's beautiful, because this is really a message of trusting your imagination and just going for it. Truly just going for it, and believing that your imagination is more than just, oh, well, you know, I don't know, just something came to my mind. Trust those things that just come to your mind. That could be a big part of this for you, is this idea of really trusting your imagination and going for it. Going for the thing that makes you feel alive, and not worrying what the rest of the world is going to think about it, even if at a previous time where you did that, you took it personally, right? This card is about, you know, feeling a conflict. And I think it's because these, you know, those swords went in your heart. You took it too personally. You took it to heart. You know that expression, you took it to heart? I think you did. And I think you internalized whatever feedback you got the last time. And then you made these grand decisions that you're not capable, you'll never be able to do it, and that somehow your body isn't even good enough. And so I wonder if this involved you physically movement, maybe a physical kind of expression, but you decided that you didn't have enough money to do it, and you don't have the right body to do it. And then that turned into a lack mentality where you've kind of let out all the gratitude. And I think it was because you were worried too much about what the rest of the world would think about this idea. But you should go for it. I really feel like you're being given an opportunity to do something here without caring what the external world thinks, and to do it for yourself because it feels right to you. Your I feel statement and your sacral. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for you, Pisces. If this has resonated and you would like a personal reading, my email's in the description below. And thank you so much, as always, for liking, subscribing, and watching. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light, my friends.